my name's Aiko. I'm the Assistant Service Manager at Orléans Honda. So every Honda has the basic maintenance services, which depending on what year of Honda you have will either show up on your dash as an A service, which is the oil and filter change, or it will show up as a 0 service, which is also an oil filter change. On most vehicles that you're going to see today, it's going to come up every 8 to 10,000 kilometers. The other service that you're going to commonly see on Honda vehicles is a sub 9 or a B maintenance item. If you are seeing the sub 9 pop up on the dash, it is a front and rear brake service on these vehicles, which is very important. Cleans your brakes, re-lubricates everything, goes in, unseizes any of the components that are seized, and then make sure to put them all back together. Everything's free moving at the end, and that service usually comes up every 20,000 kilometers. Or if you're not doing a lot of mileage and you're a lower mileage driver, it's not a bad idea to have done at least once a year. So the next important service that you would see come up with Honda vehicles, specifically all-wheel drive vehicles, front-wheel drive vehicles will not have it, is called a rear differential fluid service replacement. And what that service does is it drains your rear differential fluid, it'll refill it with new fluid, make sure everything is still top-notch in the vehicle. That service lubricates the gears for your all-wheel drive system. So the sub 6, which is the rear differential fluid, usually shows on the dash in and around the 30,000 kilometer mark for vehicles. Sometimes you will see it as early as 24,000, and then it'll show up about every 30,000 kilometers after that. The sub 7, which is the brake fluid flush for Honda vehicles, is recommended by the manufacturer every 3 years on the vehicle. Regardless of how much mileage you are doing on these cars. If you do have a comprehensive warranty or any kind of extended warranty, that service is very important to get done. If you have a caliper down the line that were to fail, it would be up to Honda as to whether or not they want to cover you under warranty if that service was declined at any point. The other major services that you see down the line with Honda vehicles is transmission fluid replacements. Depending on what kind of car you have, it'll either be just a straight transmission fluid replacement or it will be a transmission and transfer case fluid replacement. Those services typically pop up for the first time in and around the 50 to 70K mark, depending on your driving habits, and then they'll show up later on down the road as well. They will pop up a little bit earlier if you do have an all-wheel drive vehicle that is capable of towing and you do a decent amount of towing with the car. There is also the sub 4 service for Honda vehicles, which doesn't appear later on. So sub 4 maintenance items show up on Honda vehicles at 160 to around 170K for the first time. Depending on what kind of car you have, if it is a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder, it's either going to be just a spark plug replacement and a valve adjustment, or it'll be a spark plug, valve adjustment, as well as the replacement of the timing belt. If you are doing the sub 4 with the timing belt, it is a good idea to go ahead and get that water pump done as well as the tensioner at the same time. Saves you on some labor costs down the line. The car they're supposed to be built with a smart maintenance minder in here. Now, if you are a lower mileage driver, it's not always as accurate. Not only that, you want to have faith in your car and believe that the minder is going to tell you, but it's not a bad idea to take a look at the minder for your own peace of mind. Everything has the option for error, right? So it's a good idea to follow along with your maintenance minder regardless.